Hello, Lolo. Welcome to Empire Radio. I'm your host, Michael David, and today we have with us at the round table, he is the owner at Orlando Hypnosis Clinic. It's none other than Danny Jackson. Hello, Danny. How are you today?
Very good. How are you today?
Very good, sir. Thank you for asking. So tell us, Danny, who are you and what do you do?
Oh, I'm Danny Jackson. I'm a hypnotherapist over here at Orlando Hypnosis Clinic, and I help people improve their lives.
What made you want to go into hypnotism in the first place, Danny?
Well, I was a substance abuse counselor for years, and I was helping people using cognitive behavioral therapies. And what was happening is I would work with people for months at a time, and the idea was that they would be off and running and they'd have their life back. But then 4 or 8 or 18 months later, you start seeing all the same people coming back over and over and over again. And I wanted to find something that was going to be better. And that's how I got started with hypnosis.
What is hypnotic therapy, or this hypnosis clinic? What do you feel differentiates this from traditional therapy, and why does it work?
Well, the difference between this and traditional therapy is that it gets past all the things that are impeding somebody from making change in the first place. Traditional therapy, if you think about cognitive behavioral therapy, what we're focusing on is the behavior. Stop drinking, don't be angry, change the way you're behaving. And that's fine. It makes sense on the surface. But in reality, if you change the belief system that's driving the behaviors, you're going to change the behaviors by that very notion. In other words, behaviors hang off of beliefs. Whatever your beliefs are support whatever the behaviors are that come after that. So if we simply change the belief system, we don't have to worry about behaviors. They fall away. That's the reason that what we're doing here works and works and works.
Right, because in a lot of ways, when you are working with the behaviors, you're really just working with the symptoms of the problem.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely. The symptom is the tantrum or the drinking or the using or whatever it is that people are doing. That's just the symptom. So what's driving it is a misbelief. And if we can correct that belief, resolve whatever started it, you don't have to worry about the behavior now or anytime else into the future. It simply fades away.
So I know a lot of our listeners are thinking, it sounds very good. It definitely sounds like it should work. But how does it actually work? How does hypnotic therapy work? What is the first step?
First step is helping somebody get from the state of mind that we're in right now. Right now we're in the conscious state, and you are listening to what I'm saying, and you're making judgments and setting priorities to the different things that I'm talking with you about. And that's all great. That's all very conscious level activity. We want that. What we want to do in order to make change, lasting change, is to access the trance state, which gives us direct access to the subconscious mind. This is the same state of mind that we get into when we're driving along. You had this experience, Michael. You're driving along, and suddenly it's like autopilot takes over. You're not even thinking about what's on the road because you're thinking about something that you've done in the past or something you were thinking about doing in the future, sheer fantasy, anything else, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that is the trance state. If you're consciously out here thinking about something from the past or something you'd like to do in the future, what's driving the car?
I would
Your
imagine.
subconscious mind,
right?
Your subconscious is still taking care of all the mechanics. You're not blindly careening down the road, right?
Exactly.
So that subconscious part of you is still making all the judgments of time, speed, distance, what traffic is doing, checking your mirrors, using your blinker, all those normal things, but you're consciously not doing it. It's the same reason that all the big advertisers are out there spending billions of dollars a year on roadside advertising and radio advertising, because they expect people are going to get bored looking at the bumper in front of them, and they'll start thinking about something else in order to distract their consciousness. And when that happens, you're 20 times more suggestible than you are in this state of mind. That's why if you see a big juicy burger or an ice cold soda, see that one bead of sweat going down the billboard, it looks refreshing. And they know that they're going to tap into that. Or if you hear the radio advertisement.
What is a regular session like with you?
Well, what a typical session is going to be is you're going to come in. We'll talk for a few minutes about how things have been going or what your challenges have been. We'll make some identifications about where you're at and the things that we want to change. And then we're going to start going through a process called an induction, where we're going to access that trance state. And from there, depending on what we want to accomplish during that session, we'll begin a process of either direct suggestion hypnosis or a hypnotherapy in order to make the change.
Where do you see your clinic going in the future?
Expect us to continue to grow and expand. I expect to, at some point, start training people to using these methods, but for right now, there's enough other places that are out there training, so my focus is on helping people one-on-one.
And obviously you've done that. We want to send everyone to your website, which is orlandohypnosisclinic.com, orlandohypnosisclinic.com. They can also go ahead and email info@orlandohypnosisclinic.com. That's info@orlandohypnosisclinic.com. They can also phone the clinic directly at 407-369-8474. That's 407-369-8474. Thank you so much, Danny, for coming on. It's been a pleasure to have you.